Hi everyone, Tara from Tara's Tank Friends here, and I am about to do a water change on this tank here. I'll show you the equipment I have been using for this water change. So this is a Aqueon hand water changer. I've been using these for years for all my small tanks because I feel like pythons are a little bit overkill. It's got a clip that goes on your bucket and a short siphon tube, and then it's got like a hand squeeze bulb. I'll show you. I have had some problems with these. So if you can see here, there's like this little plastic flap. And I don't know if you can see that, but when you squeeze the bulb, is it not moving? Come on. Huh. Not really moving in there. What about the other side? This is the problem I've had with these. So there's these little plastic flaps, and when you squeeze there, it kind of moved. This one should be, there it goes. Now you can see it moving. These little flaps will get stuck sometimes, and you'll be in the middle of siphoning a tank, and it'll stop. And it's because the flap is stuck. And I have tried to manually unstick it before, and I've broken the little plastic tab right off. So what I end up doing is just shaking the bulb like crazy, and you can hear water in the bulb until it pushes that flap open again. I've also had some issues, let's see, this is the inside, with these ends just popping off in the middle of a water change. So this end will pop off, and when this tube here is full of water, all that water just goes right onto the floor. So I'm going to try a new type of hand siphon that supposedly works very differently on the inside of it, and see how it works. So the people at Hygger have seen my channel and decided that they would like me to show some of their products, and I am more than happy to try them out. Just so you know, I did receive this product for free, and if you choose to buy it through the link in my description, you will receive a 20% off discount, and I will receive a small 10% commission. So full disclosure there. But it's a way you could help my channel out since I'm really small and like very far away from being monetized, if you feel like it. If you don't, if you have no interest in this product, that's fine too. But I thought I would show it. So what you get is, instead of the squeeze bulb, you get this gun thing. And there is a little grate here, keep you from sucking up any fish. This attaches to the tube, and what I'm noticing right now is that the part that attaches to the tube has kind of these little grippy rings on it. It's not just smooth like the part for the Aqueon, so hopefully that will hold better. And apparently you just squeeze the trigger to hold it. I'll show the inside diagram of this too, so you can see how different it is. You also get this package of accessories. This is an optional end nozzle that you can use if you need more suction, or if you're trying to get into a really small space. This is your bucket clamp, which I believe is actually hinged, and you clamp it around the hose. Put this on the end of your bucket. This little thing you can put on the hose to restrict flow. And this is a connector because you get some very long tubes for it. You can use one or both. One is probably going to be sufficient for my 20 tall. And I suppose you could probably also cut these down if you needed it shorter. Let's see. You get instructions and some tubing. And it's pretty good length. I would say that's probably about as long as the Aqueons come with, but it seems a lot more heavy duty. I just want to compare the hoses. Yeah, I guess it's really not that much bigger, but it is a lot more flexible. See that? Versus the Aqueon hose. So I'm going to get this set up and take a look at the instructions and try siphoning the tank. The way this bucket clip thing works, it's not actually hinged like I thought. You just pull this out. See, it's got these little grooves. You pull that out, put this on the side of your bucket, put the hose through it, and then clamp this down on it. Also, this part actually swivels and turns, so you can get different angles if you're trying to get into a really tight space. So let's put this together. Okay, that feels pretty tight now, but not so much that it's like restricting the flow. I also found that this was actually a little bit difficult to put on, and I had to put some water on the piece for like a lubricant to get this on there. But that's really actually a good thing because it means it's not going to just fall off. I feel like this should, like, this little part here should like tell you how fast people are driving. Okay, sorry. Put that on there. Let's get the end on. Again, you can turn this how you need it. Okay, so it says you're supposed to squeeze the little trigger a few times, and then once you get the water flowing, you can release the trigger, and it should just flow. So let's try this out. Put it into the water, not the gravel first, and start squeezing the trigger. See it moving up the tube. Let's see. All right, it is now flowing. No, it quit. Let's see. Come on. You have to prime it a little bit, I guess. I filled this bucket in about half the time it usually takes me to fill this bucket, though. So once you get it primed and going, it really does pull pretty quickly. It's pretty impressive. Okay, so here's the tank before I'm refilling it, and here's what I thought of the siphon. I think that my gravel is too large for this because it did pull it up and then it couldn't go back through it. So this is probably a lot better of an attachment if you have a finer substrate like sand. I was impressed with the heavy stuff that it pulled out. Like, I don't know if you can see, there's a bunch of Malaysian trumpet snails and an empty ram's horn shell. And that is something the Aqueon hand water changer never did. Like, even the empty shells are too heavy for it, and it wouldn't pull out the Malaysian trumpets. It just didn't have enough suction. This has a lot of suction to it, and it was filling the bucket in about half the time that it normally takes me to fill the bucket. It did pull out a ton of surface debris from what was on top of my gravel. And even though the tube is a little bit larger diameter than the Aqueon, I still felt like it was really, it provided, you know, a lot of good suction, and I could still get it into small areas. The only thing I kind of don't like about it is that you do have to pull the trigger a lot to get it to work. The reason is that because the water's got to come all the way up this tube. So you're pulling it all the way up this tube to get it to fill once, you know, before it'll start draining down the tube. So if you don't like pulling a trigger a lot, it might not be for you. I don't really mind it. I do think I need to have it cut down because it is a little tall for this tank, and I had to get out my little step ladder to reach in there with it. But overall, I think it's really good with the amount of suction and the speed that it pulled water and stuff out of the tank. Like, you can't beat that. It seriously cut the time in half. So if you are interested in this product, it is the HG956 Aquarium Gravel Cleaner, and it is $24.99 on petnannystore.com, but you can get it for $20 if you use my discount code Tara's Tank, and it is free shipping to anywhere in the US. It also does help out my channel a tiny bit, and any money I make from this is going to go towards my fishies, equipment upgrades, things like that, maybe new camera equipment, and whatnot. It's my new little Luminata stolen around by Sam. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'm going to get this tank filled back up and get it running again. Have a great day.